Good to get all the grease and whatnot off of the engine, the driveline itself. Looks real sharp. It'll be sharp and cleaned up. Sections of it painted out real good. It is a 3B. And well worth doing. A really nice running 3B. So what we're doing here is taking certain things off the motor, a few peripheral type items. We're going to have them touched up and painted and cleaned up. The engine, for the most part, is in fine shape. Again, this is a B series motor, a 3B, and has a two-piece transfer case along with the H55F transmission. We're going to elect to put on a brand new water pump. We were just talking about that. So, but everything else will be taken off. We'll touch it up, clean it out, do a little bit of paint here on the aluminum parts, and then obviously on the block, things of that nature. So. So we have the engine pretty much scaled down to the block here at this point. We have the transmission sitting down here on the floor, and various and sundry parts that will be cleaned up, sandblasted, things of that nature. Block looks fine. You know, not a lot of leaking overall. I mean, it's a pretty dry block, relatively speaking, in comparison to what we see with a lot of gas engines. Just so we can show you, we're using all brand new gaskets for this. These are all Toyota gaskets and seals. And we also have brand new glow plugs that we have here as well. Can't tell much, but we feel that it's in fine condition. Alignment stubs, little RTV in each corner to hold it. But we don't rely on the RTV, it's just there's a spot, little spot here to hold it in.
Yeah, there's a plate right here.
Yep.
When this goes on, you got to seal those corners, the edges, because if you don't, the oil can leak out there.
Okay, so we did that. Intake, and some other things, thermostat housing, motor mounts, covers over here, as well for the coolant area. So it looks great. The painting of a lot of the brackets that go back on the engine and different devices, and it's nice to see these things all, these pulleys all here. Also more exhaust manifold type stuff. Today was the front silver part of the engine as well, and we'll clear coat that as well as the rest of this. This was done as a single stage, I was told, so we're fine. Looks real sharp, divides it out nicely, so we have some contrast there. And we also did the pan in black as well. Assemble a lot of the gaskets and things and other peripheral items onto the engine, and we've taken great pains to make sure that we've taken and all the usual bolts that are going back on that have been restored look great. This pipe is painted and was one of the concerns of the customer, and that's all done as well. Nice intake, all painted up in its stock color. The valve cover is going to be painted here very shortly. So that's the exhaust over there. This is the intake over here. And we're putting on new gaskets and seals wherever we go. We've cleaned it all up. We noticed the motor had contamination of some sort of diesel fuel in it. Don't know how that happened. A few things are back from the fuel injection, or should I say diesel fuel injection shop. And what we did is we set this injection pump out to be rebuilt. We've done a number of these pumps over the years with this business, up the road a piece, as we say. And they send them back and they're fantastic. These are the injectors. They go through and rebuild the injectors. Seal them back up in a nice bag. Clean up any of the bushings, brass washers, and fixtures here. But the main business here is the injector pump itself. Completely rebuilt. The alternator and starter were rebuilt, and down in the bag here is the alternator. You can see it all there. Looks real sharp, clean and neat, and that'll go on as well as the starter. So just more little things, real quick videos here, just all the little different parts that are going on to it. Continue to bolt different brackets and things onto this, and you can see that we have the power steering pump on, as well as the reservoir and pulley and things of that nature. Looks fantastic. Brackets on, looks sharp as well. more and more things go on, motor mounts, other types of brackets.
The state's healthcare system. Last year, the Executive Council rejected a $1 million contract for Planned Parenthood to provide federally mandated services in New Hampshire. The federal government contracted directly with the organization following the 3-2 vote. The House Judiciary Committee heard testimony today about 3 bills that would